Sooner Nation, welcome back to the Sooner Surge, and another one signed, sealed, and delivered here on signing day. Devon Jordan out of Union High School in Tulsa, 5'11", about 170, just under 6 foot. Hey, he's a good one, and he's from the 918, and 918 pretty good at Oklahoma. If you look recently, if you want to look at guys like RSJ, guys like Gentry Williams, Jaden Rowe that committed there, signed there, and Andrew Rain. I mean, 918's been good to Oklahoma. And hey, I saw him play once this year, and teams just didn't challenge him. They didn't want to throw his way, Jackson. I mean, you want to talk about a lockdown corner? That's who he is. He's a shutdown corner, and high schoolers would just try to stay away from him because pretty hard to complete a pass on this guy.
That's right, and I actually got to see him play twice. I was up at our high school over the summer for some 7-on-7 stuff and for some team camp stuff. And also I got to see him in the state semifinals versus Jinx. And, I thought something unique that Union did with him was they put him, it was kind of it was almost like a hybrid safety corner role in which he would line up far back, but he would play man on, especially a lot on slot wide receivers. And then obviously if the team had an extremely talented player on the outside, they would match him up one-on-one with them. And, man, I think that, Jay, as you said, I do think Oklahoma's got a good one in Devon Jordan. Obviously his cornerbacks coach at Union played at TCU. So, his recruitment really came down to it was OU, Alabama, and TCU, if I remember correctly. I hope I'm not wrong on that, but – I would just say that with Devon Jordan, he's a special player. And I don't know how many times I'm going to say this about these Oklahoma defensive backs, but it seems like all of them just have such a good feel for the game. And, honestly, I think that's just the way that Brent Venables and Brandon Hall and Jay Valai are wanting to recruit in their secondary. And it's that they just want dudes that are so naturally instinctive, have a good feel for the game, and really are just football smart.
Yeah, and you look at OU with Devon Jordan. Okay, Brent Venables, his defense, you have to be able to tackle at defensive back. And Devon Jordan is a guy that can tackle and tackle very well. He can hit hard. If you watch his tape, his closing speed is outstanding. And I compare him a lot to a Gentry Williams. You watched Gentry Williams last year. Those little wide receiver screens passes, he would eat him up. He would blow through the block and then make the tackle. Devon Jordan's the same type guy. He can do that. Also, I mean, as far as his, if you remember back to Trey Brown at OU, he was a guy, he made big-time plays in big-time moments. And I think that's another thing that Devon Jordan is good at. And when the pressure's on, when the team is tougher, I think he kind of stands out even more. So I expect Devon Jordan to have a great career at OU. And he's got all the things you need for a defensive back at Oklahoma. You got the physical. He can be physical. He can be physical in the run game. He can be physical in the pass game at defensive back. He's elite with ball coverage. I mean, he's elite on the ball defender. When the ball's in the air, he's really good. Pass breakups, all of it. So really excited him to be under Jay Valai. I think Jay Valai is going to really, really develop him into an outstanding corner that I think we'll be seeing on Sundays.
Yeah, I do think as well he'll be on Sundays. And I think you brought up a great point in that he can tackle at a very effective rate, right? He can come down, he can lay the boom. And, I think that also just his ability, as I've said, with his natural instincts. And as you said, he can track the ball in the air extremely well, right? He can make those plays with the ball in his hands. I'm sure Oklahoma will probably maybe give him a look at special teams. We'll see. He has the speed, And do you know if you played special teams in high school? I don't remember.
I'm not sure. I would assume he might return punts and stuff. I don't know for sure, Jackson.
No, but yeah, he can run track too. He's fast. All of Oklahoma's guys, it seems like, they just can flat out run. He runs a 10.71 100-meter dash. That is faster than what KJ Daniels ran. And, he's just truly an incredible athlete.
Yeah, and like you said, he just covers he can cover a lot of ground. I saw multiple plays where he came across the field. I mean, he covers a lot of ground. And the thing is, when you're playing at Union High School, you're playing really good competition, elite competition in that high 6A. So, yeah, he's faced all the big boys and really kind of showed out in all of them. I mean, I don't remember any game where they really went after him and really had great games against him. So, and listen, defensive back's a hard position. You're out on an island, but I think he welcomes it, and that does not bother him at all. Bring it on. I think he's kind of got that bulldog mentality. We heard a lot in the offseason last year about Josiah Wagner. They were calling bulldog. I think Devon Jordan's got a lot of that in him, and the physical aspect I think is huge. And I think that's what you're going to notice most is when he gets to Oklahoma. Guys like Gentry Williams who have really, you can just see how physical they are. I think you're going to see the same thing with Devon Jordan.
Yeah, and him at Union, I think he played a part into what was possibly the best secondary in the state. I mean, I think they were that good. And, I think that also just his impact, as you said, is felt so much. And he's someone that honestly, I would not be shocked as a freshman if we hear his name throughout spring and throughout the fall camp as, hey, Devon Jordan, man, he's making plays as a freshman. He's not going to back down from the competition. We heard the same with Josiah Wagner. Now, I know Josiah Wagner, he wasn't healthy all the time, all season. So maybe that contributed to his opportunity to get onto the field. But I just, I'm excited for Devon Jordan in an Oklahoma uniform. Obviously, just the 918 guys, they continue to show up with him and Gentry Williams and RSJ and Jaden Rowe, all four of which are defensive backs as well, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm excited for Devon Jordan, and man, it's nice to have a dude from where I'm from in the 918 area out there showing out.
Yeah, and Jay Valai just again puts a great class together at defensive back. Excited for Jay Valai and that group and going into the next year. And hey, it's signing day. Got another one signed, Devon Jordan and Jackson. Can't wait to watch him play in Norman. We'll see how soon he gets on the field. Who knows? But he's the guy that's going to compete for it. I promise you that. And they got competitive depth all over that defensive back room. So it should be very, very fun to watch in the spring and heading into next year. Hey, and if you're not subscribed to the Sooner Surge, you need to do that. You hit the button, join up, be a part of what's going on, and we'll continue to have these signing day videos as they sign. Till next time, Boomer.